Are live again. Dynasty Mirror search for Uhuru. If you guys notice, I am back home. I'm in my house. All right, got back this morning, 12 hours ago, literally. I think I landed around 5:22 a.m. this morning. So I am back. Flew direct from Lagos here to Atlanta. So I'm back home. Took a little nap, and now we're back at it. Before we get started, guys, hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and subscribe. Also, make sure you go to dynastymir.com, search for huru.com. Guys, make sure you check all of that out. What else do we have here? I know I have some more announcements for you guys. We hit 100,000 subscribers, so I have a special giveaway. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it in regards to the giveaway. I got to figure out how I'm gonna do the raffle. But Fitzgerald, you're eligible. You can enter.
Yes.
So if you want to enter, I got to figure out how I'm gonna do it. But we're going to figure this out. How we're going to do the raffle. So the raffle is a nice snakeskin duffel bag, and then we got some crypto for a lucky person. So that's what got going on. I just got to figure out how we are going to facilitate this giveaway. So I
Well,
got
first of
back
all,
from
man, congratulations on that incredible achievement. 100,000 subscribers, man, that's momentous. I'm still trying to get to 1,000. I'm about there.
okay, we'll get there. With that being said, guys,
Yeah.
make sure you go and subscribe to Fitzgerald's page. Find ways to win. Find ways to win. Go subscribe to Fitzgerald's page because we got to get his subscriber count up. So, guys, right now, if you're
I
watching this,
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
oh yeah, of course, of course, anything for brother Fitzgerald, guys. I've known this guy Fitzgerald, not just, and I don't mean just this guy. He's just a guy. I've known this brother Fitzgerald Stevens now coming on. I met you in 2007, Fitzgerald. So coming on 14, 15 years. It's 2007. It was 2007. I met you 2007. I had the black Mustang. You had the Atlanta Tire and
Atlanta
Auto.
Tire and Auto Shop, and I was driving the silver Toyota Avalon. I think it's about like a
Uh-huh.
2005 or 2000 something like that.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna tell you the story. I was out cold calling, and I just happened to make a turn off of Howell Mill Road and saw this Atlanta Tire and Auto. So let me go in and cold call it. And I walked in and I saw all this Bama stuff in there in the reception. And we're gonna get on that talk about Bama here shortly. Yeah, I can't let that go. But guys, we're not listen, okay?
I know you
We're not
won't.
we're not, we're not gonna beat up off Fitzgerald, okay? We are not going to beat up on Mr. Stevens, okay? Bama took a hard L. All right, and Fitzgerald, guess who's number one? Just go ahead and say it. Guess who's number one? Guess who's number one? Go ahead and say it. Guess who's the number one team in the nation right now? Fitzgerald, go. I know it's so hard. I know it's so tough for you to say who the number one team is in the.
Georgia Bulldogs is the number one team in the land. You
I
know,
want you to. I want you to say that again, Fitzgerald. Guys, say it
Georgia
again.
Bulldogs is your Georgia Bulldogs are the number one team in the nation of college football.
My alma mater, University of Georgia Bulldogs, is the number one team in the nation. But for sure, I'm gonna be honest. If you guys make it to December 4th, you guys make it. I'm still gonna be kind of nervous when we play y'all.
What do you mean if?
You guys already lost the game. You guys lost to Texas A&M.
We won 19 straight games. We lost one, man, and people think it's a national disaster. We'll be in Atlanta. Atlanta's our home stadium, dude, not yours.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Check the XCT championships and appearances for my team. I mean, enjoy this, man. Enjoy it. I know you telling the cats over there in Nigeria and Africa, but Fitzgerald lost. Okay, cool. Enjoy it. We're gonna be there, man. Hey, Eric, how you doing there, brother? Appreciate the chat there. So yeah, man. I mean, it was, dude. This is what cockiness gets you, people. I mean, I'm running my mouth, man. I'm running my mouth, typing on Facebook and everything else like that. towards the end, I went and got my alumni shirt to put it on to try to get some team to rally choose. But Texas A&M dominated us. They did to Alabama what Alabama does to everybody else. You know, Jimbo Fisher, first assist of Nick Saban to beat him. First one. No. So, you know, the game is yours to lose, man. You know, you get past Florida, then you got to play us in the SEC championship, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
Guess who we play Saturday? Guess who we play Saturday?
Who?
Undefeated Kentucky. Ranked number 11. Wildcats.
Between the hedges or in Lexington?
In Lexington. No, do we play them in Lexington or between the hedges? Oh, we play them between the hedges.
Okay.
Between the hedges.
That's a big advantage, man. I'm taking Georgia for that game.
I'm taking Georgia here on out.
Your defense is absolutely incredible, man. I can't buy that. You know, so some cat got happy when I was in the gym today. He was telling me about Georgia, and I remind him, like I told you, okay, dude, you get flipping and everything. Okay, well, how many times you done beat us? How many national championships you got hanging? I mean, don't get crazy. Maybe you need to go outside and get some fresh air, because maybe they need to change the air conditioner filters in this gym because something's going on with your thinking. You know, I don't believe, on the serious note, I don't believe Georgia will beat Alabama for that. I believe it's going to be the same old thing. People are going to be talking about, okay, well, they have the one loss.
But hold on, that's if you guys make it to the SEC championship game.
Who's to stop us?
He lost. I mean, for sure, you lost to Texas A&M.
Okay, all right.
Listen. Don't sleep on Auburn. Okay, when you guys got to see Auburn. Okay, that game.
If you beat Auburn, what chance they got against us?
You lost to Texas A&M, Fitzgerald.
They called us sleeping. They dominated. Yes, we lost. 19 straight victories, and we lost one game. Okay.
Let's look at the schedule. Let me look at you guys' schedule real quick. Come on. Let me look at you guys' schedule. Hold on.
I know the audience be mad. What these cats be talking about, man? You better, you know, what these cats. Fabian, okay, Mr. Peterson, he knows, man. But what these cats be talking about? No.
So you guys still got you still got to play Arkansas. Can't sleep on Arkansas.
So what?
You still got to play Mississippi State.
So what?
Tennessee.
Yeah, okay.
LSU. Don't sleep on LSU. Fitzgerald, I see another loss coming, Fitzgerald. I see another loss. So again, like I said, if you guys make it, you know, you guys will probably play like in a Liberty Bowl this year, 2-loss team. What Chick-fil-A Bowl? I'm trying to figure out what bowl games for like a 2-loss.
Alabama plays in 2 bowls, all of them for national championships. That's the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Those are the only 2 we play in.
But y'all ain't playing in it this year, Fitzgerald. It's okay. It's okay, Fitzgerald.
Dude, I'm gonna love your excuse this time, man. I'm gonna remember. So I'm gonna let you have your day. You know, you go ahead and be hard on me. You know, nothing less. We lost. We got dominated. We got broken off. Okay, but dude, when you lose, I'm gonna ride you for a whole year. About probably every broadcast I come in, I'm gonna remind you of that. You know. So when you lose, and by the way, you still haven't fulfilled the bet of last year with me. You didn't do that. You were supposed to wear an Alabama shirt where we won a national championship. Remember, we made that bet on screen. Okay. Yeah, you didn't do that. You didn't do that.
Okay, you're right.
But we are, man. Hey, welcome back, brother. You know what? We're 7 hours away. But even when you're
hold on, but Fitzgerald, before we get started, I want one more time, Fitzgerald. Who is the number 1 team in the nation?
Already, I told you one time, man.
No. You gotta say it again, Fitzgerald. You gotta say it again.
The University of Georgia, your alma mater, the Georgia Bulldogs, are the number 1 team in the land, and they have earned every bit of it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Feel good to be up in that atmosphere, don't it? Alabama lives there. Enjoy the view. But man, I can't take nothing away from you. Guys are playing lights out ball. Let's see if you can maintain it.
We will. Okay. So, guys, we have a special guest on with us today. My brother, Bama fan. We're not going to beat him up anymore for right now.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Mr. Fitzgerald Stevens is on with us today. And, you know, me and Fitzgerald were talking earlier this morning, and he said, Dynas, you know, let's talk about the tour that you have coming up. I said, okay, we definitely can discuss that, but also too, An interesting topic that we discussed. It was two shows we did before. Want to dive in even more in regards to the mindset of a Sigma male, because I think a lot of people they never heard that concept, and that's the first time I ever heard it when you brought it up, Fitzgerald. So we can talk
Well,
about we're going to talk about that. But
that's another show. Well, hey, first of all, good afternoon, beautiful people. It's great to see you guys. I know some of you. And have clicked the like and subscribe button to my channel. Find ways to win, Fitzgerald Stevens. I appreciate you. Thank you on that. A lot of them actually have been known because of my relationship with Prince Dynast Amir, and I don't take that lightly. And we appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys doing that. Hopefully, we'll continue putting stuff out there to be inspiration, motivational, life changing for us to you. The second thing I want to say is now I'm thinking about making a tour. And when Dynast and I were talking, the Prince Amir and I was talking today, I've really been wanting to go to tour. My first stop, I either A, want to go to Kenya, or B, I want to go to Sierra Leone, the first stop. Now, I know Kenya puts me in East Africa, and Prince Amir mostly hangs out in West Africa. And so more than likely, I'll probably wind up doing, on my first trip to Africa, doing a tour with Search for Uru. Why? Because I want to get the experience. There's things that I hear that what Prince Amir talks about, like going off the grid, going back in the country, and I grew up in a country, Alabama, a little small town, 100 people. I kind of like that, but I would say now it's enough for me to say, like, hey, I want to go visit Africa, but I'm going to talk to Prince as a customer, and I'm going to be. Now, Prince, when I go over there, what can I expect, man? Okay, I'm saving my money. I'm projected to go to your early tour, like in next year. But what can I expect? Why should I book through Search for Uru tours as opposed to taking a tour with some local guy on the internet? I mean, what going out for the first time, is there any preparations I need to make, or the experience? I know it's going to be life changing. Paint me a picture, man. Why would I want to go to Africa, and what would I want to do as opposed to going to somewhere else? I mean, I'm motivated to go to Africa, but what can I expect, man? From the time I get my ticket, go to the airport, to the time I got boots on the ground, tell me how you do your business.
Well, I think number one, the great thing about Sierra Leone, what makes Sierra Leone unique, is Sierra Leone is the only country in Africa that's giving citizenship to those who are connected to Sierra Leone through DNA by using an African ancestry DNA test, right? So if you do a DNA test through African ancestry, and if your results come back to one of the tribes in Sierra Leone, you're eligible for citizenship.
That brings up an interesting point. In my referral-based business, I had the pleasure of having this gentleman by the name of Alexander Stevens. He spells his name Stevens, as opposed to my name spelled Stephens. We're talking. He is actually from Sierra Leone. He's a truck driver operating almost on the West Coast. But man, we had an interesting conversation. He said, man, there are a huge amount of Stevens over there in Sierra Leone. I mean, he really got me to thinking, and so I'm like, wow, a small world, until you realize that our people, mostly the Black Americans in there, we're descendants of Africa. That's where we came from and stuff. So when you start making a connection, you do kind of, where am I, or who am I? And so why the tour for me? Before I leave God's earth, I want to touch down in Africa. That's like a priority to me. But I don't know what to expect. I mean, I've been in United States, mostly the Southern United States, practically all my life. I grew up in America. I want to go to Africa, but okay, it surely has to be more to it than just buying a ticket and getting in a hotel room and maybe going to a cafe, but I wanna experience it. What I'm looking for, I don't know. I guess I'm looking for the experience, but I wanna make it memorable. I want to be over there at least about 10 days, if not 2 weeks. I want to make it memorable, but I want to have an itinerary and a game plan, Prince. And and I don't know exactly how to put that together. I don't know the shops. I don't know about the money. I don't know about the culture. I don't know I don't know the customs or the mannerisms. What do I need to do to not being considered rude to the local populace? Well, what do I need to do to observe their custom and their traditions? How do I leave my American mindset parked here in Tampa, Florida? When I go over there, realize I'm around a whole other people who have been over there for thousands of years, and I'm in their house. But I want to be engaging, inviting, and make relationships where I could make friends over there. So how does one go about it? Dealing with it? What I mean, what it's not just to say to go to Africa, man, but what's the experience? I mean, how do we prepare ourselves? What do I do?
So the leg, I do the leg work for you. So you brought up shots. So right now, all you need is, for the most, in order to enter Sierra Leone, you need a COVID, a negative COVID test,
Okay.
right? So you'll take a COVID test before you leave. It can't be more than 72 hours upon arrival, as far as you receiving your results. Then when we arrive to Sierra Leone, you take another COVID test. Then before we leave, you got to take another one.
Okay.
So you have to take your COVID test. They yellow fever proof of yellow fever vaccine isn't necessary. No one really checks for that. Um, but once you get there, we're going to immerse ourselves into the culture. We're gonna eat great food. We're gonna experience the people, enjoy the people. We're gonna have fun, experience the natural beauty of Sierra Leone. The beaches are gorgeous, the most beautiful beaches on the planet. We're gonna go to my kingdom in Bo, my village in Bo. We're going to experience the Mende people, their traditions. So we do that when we go to Bo Sierra Leone. We're also going to go experience the Timne people as well this time. We didn't do that last time, but we're going to do this time, where we're going to go visit a traditional Timne village as well, because a number of our DNA descendants, they're Timne and they're Mende. So we don't want to exclude. We're all one people, but at the same time, we don't want to exclude our Timne descendants as well. So we're going to go and experience that. We're going to visit. So the itinerary is at searchforhuru.com. In fact, I'll share the screen. I'm going to pull up the itinerary. So the first day, we're leaving from New York. So we're leaving from JFK. So we're
Okay.
flying from JFK to Paris, France. We have a layover in Paris. And from Paris, we go straight to Freetown. So there's no direct flights from America to Freetown, Sierra Leone. It'd be
You
great
just
if there
answered the
were.
question. You just answered the question because I'm thinking, can I fly? Because being I work at the airport, I was thinking, did I just get on a plane and go directly from Tampa over there,
Mm,
or do I have to fly up to New York? And
mm,
or more likely throughout with you and rendezvous with the tour crew, which is going to be you. So that'd probably be the best thing to do.
mm. Right. So yeah. So in the tour package, the flights are included. So let me go ahead and go to the Search for Who site real quick. Pull that up. And also too, not to jump ahead, but on my YouTube page, there is a Sierra Leone tour playlist. Again, there is a playlist, a Sierra Leone tour playlist, where you can actually see videos of all of the activities that we're going to do. So again, there is a Sierra Leone tour playlist on my YouTube page. Go there and you can see all of the activities that we're going to participate in. So go to searchforhuru.com. Again, searchforhuru.com. You're going to scroll down, click on the tour. I'm also bringing a certified yoga instructor with us. So yoga is going to be included for yoga classes. So we're going to be doing yoga on the beach. So that's also added, incentive for people who are on the fence, who are interested in coming. We're going to be doing yoga as well. So
What about a cat like me who don't like to stretch it like that? Can
Well,
I find
you
a?
need to say you need to stay flexible, Fitzgerald. You have to. Got to
Yeah,
stay
but
flexible.
you got a gym down there, a cigar bar.
Well, at the Radisson Blue, there's actually a gym there at the Radisson Blue where we're staying.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So
And as far
yoga,
as cigar bar, there, you know what? There's actually, I don't know if it's necessarily a cigar bar, but there's some spots where you can smoke cigars and you'll enjoy the ambiance.
well, you know what, man? Maybe I will try a yoga thing. I just don't,
Yeah, why not? I mean, why wouldn't you?
this I not that flexible.
Well, you got to get flexible for sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's find something else, man. Maybe I bring a pack of Uno cards. Sit on there somewhere. Tyler, I don't know. No, so but you know what? If you're putting it up there, I could try it. I could try it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you have your activities planned. Now paint a picture. The not with the day we arrive because people are going to be checking in and depending on what time we're winding down for that plane ride. The next following day, what can I expect? What
Right.
and are some of those neat clothes that you wear all the time included in your package?
Right. Oh yeah. So you will receive a traditional outfit as well. Right.
Okay.
So you will receive a traditional outfit.
Okay. I'm there the second day. I'm there. I wake up and I'm like, wow, I'm actually in Africa. Thank you, God. Right. I'm here. Okay, now, what's the day? But besides after eating a little something, get a little coffee and and looking at the sunrise. What do you have planned for today? What can I expect?
All right. So on the 21st, we're going to Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. All right. So like I said, guys, the video of our last tour when we visited the Chimpanzee Sanctuary is on the Sierra Leone tour playlist. So there's video there of our last visit to the sanctuary, right? And then we're gonna visit Regent. And so what's historic about Regent is so Sierra Leone is somewhat similar to Liberia, in which freed Black Americans settled in Sierra Leone. So Regent was one of the areas that they settled in, one of the first areas that Black Americans. I'm sorry, not Black Americans. I apologize. So with Sierra Leone, you had the Black poor from England, and then also and you had the Black loyalists. So the Black loyalists fought on the side of the British during the Revolutionary War. And so the British had promised them that if they won the war, they would gain their freedom. So after the war, they lost. So they went to Canada. I forgot exactly where in Canada, but they went there. But Canada was so cold that a lot of the loyalists complained or were upset because it was ice. So then they came to Sierra Leone. And then you had the Black poor who were in England after slavery. When England abolished slavery, you had free Black slaves who were, pretty much explains itself, who were the Black poor who were homeless and distressed, who were just begging and laying around in the streets of London or in England, and they got shipped to Sierra Leone as well. So Regent was one of the first. Oh, Nova Scotia. Thank you, Abdul. Nova Scotia in Canada. So these were the first groups of the free Black slaves who came to Sierra Leone, and some of them settled in the area called Regent. So we're gonna visit there as well. Then we're gonna go to Lester's Peak, which by far the most beautiful view. And guys, all this video is on the playlist and it's also on the itinerary too. One of the most beautiful views. You'll see Freetown. It's one of the highest points in Freetown that we're gonna go up, and we're gonna spend some time up there and enjoy the views. And then we're gonna hang out on Lumley Beach, which is where the hotel we're staying at, the Radisson Blue.
Okay. When do I, along with the other tour group, get to actually mingle with people besides the hotel on the beach? When do we get out in the public and shake hands and talk to people and talk about cultures, or go out there and buy souvenirs from the markets but what do I need to bring my own cash credit card, or do I need to do the exchange at the airport and operate in the currency of Sierra Leone? How do I rock and roll like that?
So I encourage people to bring $100 bills, and you can exchange money either at the airport or once we get into the city. You get a better rate with the $100 bills than you do with smaller denominations. That's just, I don't know why, but that's just how it is.
What will
And as
$100
far as
be over there? $100, that's not no money.
$100 is a lot of money over there.
$100 is no money.
Well, over there it is.
Okay, explain.
$100 goes a long way in Sierra Leone.
Okay, so I don't have to come over there like $2,000 or $3,000 load up with cash or something like that.
Well, this is what I tell people. It depends on what you want to do. I'm not saying just bring $100. I'm saying bring $100 bills to exchange money because you get a better rate with the bigger bills than you do with the smaller denominations.
No, man. Here's an interesting question. The anointed one is asking, how much is a tour and can I pay with Shiba? Shiba's a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, the tour is $4,000, and yes, you can play. I will accept crypto.
Okay. Okay. Now getting back, and thank you for taking time because I'm really interested. I'm talking to you as a customer now. So once again, how is it like afternoon or nightlife that I actually see? Because I want to get out there and talk to the people, man. That's where I feel alive, when I'm actually conversing with people, and just sitting out there and talking with the elders, sitting at cafes and learn about the culture, maybe playing a game of chess with someone, and So where do I find these people?
They're at the hotel. I mean, they're in the immediate communities around the hotel. So you have Lumley, that area where you have the local beach community. We're not far from Murraytown, which is a local community around the hotel. Regent, the areas we're going to. A lot of the sites that we're going to see, they're surrounded by locals who live in these areas. So you're going to be in touch with the local community. I mean, the whole entire trip.
Okay. Now, will your synagogue, your Niece Taylor be there? The one that you always get those nice outfits? So
No. We have to. It'll be a Sierra Leone Taylor, that who I know, but no, my Senegalese Taylor will be in Senegal.
What about what's the penalty, or what's the? Say if I want to bring some stuff back, like some nice clothing, or maybe some African art. I mean, how difficult is that to get back to the States? I could put it in my luggage, as far as with the luggage that I bring, but how difficult is it to get through customs? And as far as if I want to bring clothing, or I know I probably have to pay duty tax, but can that be expensive, or there's a limit for what we can do, or?
No, if you're just bringing clothes back, it's a mart. You'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. So how long are your tours generally?
So we're leaving on the 19th, arriving on the 20th, and the tour ends on November 30th.
Okay. What's the next one coming up for 2022?
Plan on doing Sierra Leone in April again, then back to Nigeria in August, and possibly Sierra Leone again. It just depends. But right now, Sierra Leone and Nigeria.
It's someone. Thank you for answering that. It's someone like myself. They're thinking about doing their first tour. I hear you talk about Nigeria. I know you're a citizen of both nations, Nigeria and Sierra Leone. Who would you recommend I go to first, Nigeria or Sierra Leone?
It depends on it just depends on what you're trying to do.
Well, try to see Africa.
You can't go wrong with either one.
Okay.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Okay, I like business.
I would say this: it's easier so with Sierra Leone, you can get visa on arrival, which makes it easier. The visa process in Nigeria could be a little difficult, but if you don't mind coming to Atlanta and getting your visa done here for Nigeria, is fine. But You can't go wrong. I mean, I love both countries equally.
Okay,
So
the visa. I'm new to that. I've heard of it, so I just can't flat rock and roll my U.S. passport.
right. So you have your U.S. passport. That's the first step. But then once you arrive in order to enter a country, you need to get what's called a visa and pay a fee, and that pretty much that gives you permission to enter their country.
Well, when I go to Canada, I don't have to. I just show my passport at the gate. I'm in the country. What? Why do I get a visa? And by the way, what is a visa?
Right. Each country is different. So, like for example, Senegal, if you have a U.S. passport, you don't need a visa. You can just enter. Um, I'm sorry, if you have a U.S. passport, you don't need a visa. You can just enter. I guess Canada's the same way. Mexico's the same way as well. Some countries they demand you have a visa, which is pretty much you pay a fee to get permission to enter their country.
See that? See, that's my ignorance, and that's my ignorance as far as with that. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, that's my ignorance because the only country a foreign country I've been to is Canada, and our cultures are so similar. You know, I don't even feel really much feel like I'm in a foreign country. So that's the only thing where I've been. But I hear about visas, but if I really ask myself, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know how it's used, and so obviously, for preparation with that, I would have to go in and see what that would cost, as far as but visa are country specific, or do you
It,
get or do
it,
you
it,
get or do
it,
you have a visa you can visa everyone?
no, it's country Pacific.
Country Pacific. Okay. Okay. And how long are they good for?
Some six, some I've seen everywhere from 30 days to 2 years.
Okay. U.S. passport. I'm thinking not let's say went up. I used to be a passport clerk. Let's just say if they're like $160, $180, including expedited, which get it to you, would get to you relatively quickly. Let's say if it's $180 up there, what can I expect for a visa? Let's just say if I want to, go to Sierra Leone first, which more likely that's what I'm going to lean towards. But what do I buy it in the U.S. or do I buy the visa at the airport when I arrive in Sierra Leone?
So you get your visa. So we're doing visa on arrival. So and also your visa fees are included in the price. So you'll get your visa when we arrive in Sierra Leone.
Okay. Okay. Well, man, I would love to hear from some other people asking questions beside me. I mean, I'm excited. I want to do this. I mean, the time is now. It's well over. Oh, how's the internet over there, Sierra Leone? Now,
Well, we're staying at the Radisson Blue, so the internet is good. Internet is
okay.
great. Radisson Blue, yeah.
Will my Verizon cell phone get service over there?
Call Verizon, tell them you're traveling out of the country, and it should. I use T-Mobile. T-Mobile works great overseas. I'm not
Okay.
sure about Verizon, but I'm sure Verizon has an international plan.
Okay. Of
Or
course.
you can get a local SIM card.
A local SIM card.
Right. So if you want to buy like a burner phone, that's what I call them, like just a little throwaway phone and load up minutes and use the local phone, that's fine. But I tell people it's more convenient just to call your cell phone company and tell them that you're traveling overseas and you want their
Well,
international.
I can, and then I also can communicate by way of WhatsApp.
Correct. Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have to have communications. Yeah, man. I would just Miss Zena, thank you for saying. She said Verizon works very well there. Yeah, man. I would like to hear about someone else question someone else got because I definitely want to go. I mean, and I just so if I thought this out properly. When I said I want to go to Africa, yeah, I said okay, I want to go to Africa, but the conversation kind of stopped there. After I decide where I'm going to go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I just think, I'm just just going to get there and I'm there. Meanwhile, my personality, I can do that. I can't just be dropped off and get the lay of the land and and talk to people. I'll make friends anywhere I go. I know that about me, so I don't really need to take a crowd or even take. I can go there perfectly solo and come out there with great relationships, but I still want to know the do's and don'ts and what I need to be doing. After all, I'm in a foreign land. No.
Right. Exactly. So and someone brought up the price. $4,000 for a tour. So I tell people this story. The first time I went to Africa back in 2011, I had no clue what I was doing. I paid too much for my flight, uh, paid too much for accommodations, and I overspent. Versus if I knowing what I know now, well, I'm sorry. if I could do it all over again, the first time I went to Africa and I went to Tanzania, if someone put together a tour package for me, I would have went with the tour package because again, I had no clue what I was doing. And when I got there, I was getting ripped off by the locals and overspending, overpaying, and all this other stuff. So some people, what we have to understand, because we want to devalue Africa and make it seem as if Africa is just cheap. Some people will pay for a service. That's what you're doing when you buy a tour package. You're paying for a service. There are certain activities people want to do. I put together a tour package and make sure those activities are included. Again, you pay for a service. So first time I went to Africa, I went to Tanzania. I did a safari. I did all these other activities. And I know if I would have just went to one tour provider and said, "Hey, this is everything I want to do. How much would it cost all inclusive?" It would have been much cheaper versus me jumping around trying to figure things out. So that's why people pay for tours. And also, I'm registered. My tour company is registered in Sierra Leone, and then we walk you through the citizenship process as well. So,
Well, I'm glad you said that because first of all, first and foremost, I have a relationship with you, and I want to support you. But that's not the only reason I want to do this and work with you. And here's why. Here's one of the primary reasons. If not, definitely one of the primary reasons. You've been to Africa numerous of times. The places that you're talking about, this isn't your first go around. You've been there. You know the lay of the lay of the land. You know your way around there, and that's important to me. Plus the fact that you're from my home country. We're both our home country rather, but you're aggregated so much in there. Your citizenship, so you really when you're not one of those type of people that would just say, "Hey, we go to Africa," but you're not there. You're not or you just been there with limited experience and the fact that we're friends, that's a real big deal to me because no, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want to be. I want to get. If I'm going to spend my money and I want I want the full effect. And this trip is very very important to me because this will be my first time there, literally. And I want to come back like you do, man. I wish I was still there.
right.
That's the experience I want to paint it for me. And so I believe you can do that. And and so when you're talking about international tours, there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of game being ran out there, man. So your credibility is great with me, and it's and not only me but several other people. And so I just want to go. And why not do business with a friend? I mean, you're
Right.
going to pay someone, might as well pay, might as well pay someone, who's a friend and who's actually been support to the community. So that's why I would recommend going for Search for Uru, So I want to see you succeed. No.
And then also too, the pricing is very competitive. Like what we're offering and the pricing, very competitive. So, you know, yeah, what we're like Abdul said, what we're offering $4,000 is very, very, very beyond fair. So,
Okay,
uh,
here's one thing right here. And um, do you have prepay specials? Let's just suppose I prepay the whole balance of, gosh, let's just say if I took action like tonight, just prepay the whole thing. Would there be a discount for totally just paying everything? And if that went in, do also have the option like the sending like in my account that I can go and search for and pay that balance, just keep throwing stuff, little increments at that balance till it's paid. But how do what do you think about that?
I'm not doing prepaid specials because again, the $4,000 I'm offering is fair. But I do if you're a reoccurring customer, like for example, Fabian. Fabian's been on two tours already. He's coming with us to Sierra Leone. Fabian gets a discount. So my repeat customers get discounts. And if you
Okay.
refer someone, like if you Fitzgerald, you bring your brother with you, then I'll give you a discount as well. You'll get a 10%
Okay.
discount.
Okay.
So that's how that works.
Okay. How many tours where someone has to come aboard with Search for Uru before you consider giving them that discount?
One. You come on one tour.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
free for this one. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what countries in Africa does your tour company cover besides Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone and Nigeria? Actually, you got me interested in a place called it's called Zanzibar in Tanzania, because I know that's where you first landed when you went there. I know that's all the way on the side of East Africa. But what other countries do you cover besides those two? Does your company cover?
Right now, just Sierra Leone and Nigeria. I plan on adding Senegal in the near future, and then I plan on curating tours in Senegal. And what I mean by curating, meaning I won't personally be there, but I will have people. I have people on the ground who will take you through the tour experience. Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. So those 4 countries. So right now, just focused on West Africa. Haven't hit East Africa yet.
That's one. That's a country that I'm interested in. Cote d'Ivory. Okay, Cote d'Ivory, in a particular city called Abidjan. Now I looked at Abidjan, man.
I was just
you know, and I know you was there. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And do you plan on adding Cote d'Ivory or Cote d'Ivoire in the near future? Because that's kind of city I'm kind of interested in, especially being I took about a year of French in college, and so yeah.
Well, it's French speaking. I'm more, when I go to Cote d'Ivoire, I'm more focused on the culinary. The food is delicious. My favorite restaurants and dishes are in, as Fitzgerald Stevens will say, Cote d'Ivory. So, so that's why I love Cote d'Ivoire. But Cote d'Ivoire is a very beautiful. Abidjan is a very beautiful city. Infrastructure is great. People are great. I love it. And also Dakar, Senegal, which is similar because they're both French speaking. But as far as tours that I will attend, it's going to be right now Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and I'm thinking about adding Senegal. More than likely, I'll add Senegal.
Okay. And when do you see Senegal actually coming under search for over to a family?
Maybe next year.
Okay, because I hear you talk about that country too.
Right.
So you have it right there. Okay, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking some time to answer the questions. As far as with that, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, if I want to do business, I would have to pay somebody, so I might as well pay a friend. And as long as someone I trust, and and I know it has my best interest, and I'm not the only one that on the stream that feels about you like that. So I would ask you guys that support this man. What he's doing with the community, what the experience that he has right there. He has all the necessary I's dotted and T's crossed in my mind to do business with him. And so Dynast, I'll let you close us out if you like, man, or keep us going. But I appreciate you answering my question, and I'm quite sure that some of the other people in the audience, was curious about this too. So glad you was able to paint a clear, concise picture for us.
Yeah, and then what I'll do, if not tomorrow, in fact, tomorrow I'll do a live Q&A for Sierra Leone. So if you guys have any questions now, by all means, call in. Links in let me put the link in the chat room. If you have any questions, go ahead and click on that link and call in.
Mr. Sharif wrote Jakar synagogue is dynamic. Abidjan, Ivory Coast, indeed. Now don't laugh at this, guys. Don't laugh at this. Keep in mind this is America talking to you. When I hear Jakar, I think of the old Cologne. I didn't know that there was a city named Jakar in synagogue.
Dakar. Dakar.
Is that the capital city there?
Yeah, Dakar is the capital.
And you said it's French speaking too.
Yeah, it's French speaking.
Okay, yeah. My French will come back to me, man, once I'm immersed in it. Seriously, when you got it, once you're best, really you learn the stuff. Okay, and what about Togo? Is that on your possible?
I was planning on doing Togo and Benin next year, but I don't know if I can. I don't.
Well, that's Cali's territory, so we'll that would be as far as with learning about the thing like that. Man, I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited to actually be putting this together. The realize it in my mind and like, man, you're just really close, to doing that. So great, man. Thank you for answering the questions because I definitely want to go. That's why I want bring this to people's attention. That we should be doing business with you and supporting you. As far as what you're doing. Sure, out of 100,000 subscribers. I mean, your tour company ought to be booked, months in advance. To tell you the truth. No.
Absolutely.
No. Okay, I'm finished, Prince, and I appreciate talking. And we can, I guess we could talk about the other portions with Sigma Male a little later. What was about that got you so intrigued? I mean,
I don't know, man. It's just I did not. It wasn't necessarily me. It was people in the chat room. The viewers were, they'd never heard the term before, so they were interested in what that meant. So I know you gave a good detailed analysis and breakdown of it. So maybe we'll do another show on that. A separate show.
Personalities matter, man. Personalities matter. They really do. Personalities are just as important as environments. You have to know who you're dealing with. You have to know how to deal with people. We're not all cut out the same mold. Sometimes, even though you're talking to several people, even of the same complexion, and they're different as night and day. For example, when growing up where I did, and you guys often hear me reference about my town because it had such an impact, and that's home. When we had black, white there, period, black, white. Okay. Now, when I would travel to Connecticut and spend some time up there. My best friend is from up there, we went to college together, and so I've been knowing that man since I was 19 and he was 18. We're both in our 50s, late 50s now. Well, when I went up north, as we would call it, I learned that black people would call themselves Haitians, Jamaicans, Nigerians. They were called themselves Creole. They had all these distinctions. Puerto Rican. They had all these things. I just saw black, white. I learned that the white people were called themselves Italians and Germans and English or French. Or what am I saying? Different culture. The culture that you come up in has a great effect upon you. But the personality that you process that culture through also has a great effect. So for example, sometimes when you can be very well meaning, very, very well meaning, and you can highly offend someone. Like if I'm dealing with like an Arabic gentleman, and if I extend my left hand out, that's an insult.
All right.
Okay. That's an insult. Or if I don't have proper etiquette, if I'm like in Japan, or what they sense as humility. If I sound boisterous, those are insults. Now, I could not mean anything by it. I could not, then being a thing about it. But matter of fact, go out of my way not to offend people at times. But it's very, very important, that the culture and the people you're dealing with. But what's even more so important? The personality of the person you're dealing with. Now you have to, especially if you're engaging in business with them in areas of business and romance, you have to know people. You have to be able to read body language. You have to know who you're dealing with, because you want to be likable. So there's an adage like that, man. You can take it, leave it. You can take me as I am, or you don't take me at all. Well, that sounds good. Maybe to get your like on the YouTube. In the real world, it's not like that. You have to be likable to people. People have to like you to do business. It's important if you're in a relationship with someone, they like you and you like them. So when we talk about personality types, particularly when I was on the Sigma Male, how this individual how we process things, how we look at things. There is really no wrong or right way. It's just a person has a real big difference perspective. For example, with another thing about me, I'm very, very neat. I own a cleaning company. I'm very, very neat. I'm the guy, like if I see a piece of white paper, like a strip of white paper, not a whole sheet on the floor, it really annoys me. I don't like dishes in my sink. I don't like dirt in my bathroom. My bed has to be made. My shirts have to be hanging a certain type of way. My everything has to be in order and neat. I can't stand in order if things are out of order. If you say something to me, I take your word at it. I expect you to keep your word. And if you violate that, we have a big problem. It's where some people like, what's the deal with maybe, I'm making a bed or not having your car neat all the time because you're doing something. Well, it's not a deal as long as it's not in my territory. You see what I mean? But so if you're around me and you exemplify manners and you exemplify sincerity of heart, that's practically there's very little I won't do for you. There's very little I won't do for you. There's very little you can't get out of me as long as you're sincere, and I believe you have a sincere need. But if you are conniving or you're a bully or you think you're a bully and all that until somebody. Okay, so that irks me. Where maybe that person didn't mean anything by it. Maybe and when I was up north, man, those guys would curse like they were breathing air. I'm talking MF and this and F this and laughing at it, man. It was like nails on a chalkboard to me. I wasn't used to that. I wasn't around that. They would curse you and actually encourage you and stuff like that. So I'm saying that to say this: when we talk about personality types, and I will talk about them a little bit more. There is no one way wronger than other. Even when I brought up beta males get up a lot of bad rap. Man, those are some of the biggest creators on earth. Some of the wealthiest people on earth. I mean, everyone has something that they can learn, but if you're gonna be involved in the world of business, you have to cast a wide net, and you have to be agreeable people. You have to know yourself and know who you're dealing with. At least you offend, and people will push away, will be pushed away from you. On the other hand, you have to know you. And I may make a stream about this tonight or definitely a couple of days. You have to know you to see what it takes for you to deal with your particular tribe. So mine is I love to travel. I love meeting new people. Very few things are more interested me than talking to someone about their culture. Talking to someone and learning that. I know dang well that the United States of America is not superior to anybody. I know that because I'm a Black American, I'm not superior to anyone, and from wherever they're from. I can learn from a child. That's my mindset, and it has served me well. But I'm always seeking to try to improve, my relationship with people. Because I'll tell you what, man, I don't know about you guys, but I need friends. I need, I need Prince Amir and. Even this man right here, One Connect Africa, I need to learn more. I don't have it all together. When I was 18, I thought I knew everything. At 57, I don't hardly know anything. But I need friendships, and I need that camaraderie, that stimulation that comes from talking to someone about things that support them, their culture, how they're processing things. Maybe they could give me an idea that will supercharge the idea but that I'm trying to look at from a different perspective I never thought about. So when I come on this channel, or when I talk to you guys on my YouTube channel, or I make conversation, I'm trying to learn. And I've learned the best way to learn is to ask questions and to listen is twice as much as you ask questions. You got to show sincere interest in people. So that's what I'm about. And I know that's what Prince Amir is about. I'm finished.
One Connected Africa, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy to join you guys. I was attracted by your Sierra Leone tour. I'm Nigerian, by the way. I'm one of your passionate followers. And I'm all what you've been saying makes absolute sense. We need to connect with like minds, very serious people. You would ask, why am I interested in Sierra Leone? I'm from Nigeria. I reside in Canada presently.
What part of
Winnipeg.
Whoa, okay, yeah, Winnipeg. Oh, wow. I have a lot of friends in Ontario, Providence.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I've been wanting to invest in Africa, but Nigeria is not my first choice. And I see what people like my brother here is doing, Amir. He's doing a great job. I've seen your Sierra Leone tours and all that. My major thing is that we need to help those countries that are struggling right now, places like Liberia and Sierra Leone, that needs a lot of infrastructural development. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm seeing a lot of opportunities in that area, in building schools, universities, building construction companies. We have people here who have the money, but many Africans are like, not many, I'll say some Africans are interested in what I call Ponzi. They are like Ponzi businessmen, right?
Uh,
When you tell them they're going to put their money somewhere and they're going to get something, that's what they are interested in, and most of them are kind of like scam in nature, but when you try to bring them together for community development, you see some of them kind of like, being skeptical, so I'm really kind of like impressed with what I'm hearing. I see we definitely going to get there. Conversation like this give people like us hope, because when you are around some people in the diaspora, especially in Winnipeg here, that don't see beyond where they are, right? They don't even know people like Amir. Amir is American. You see him eating amala in Lagos, then before you know it, he's in Sierra Leone eating roasted corn, right? Um, I mean, that's how passionate he is about Africa. But I mean, he was born in America. You get what I'm saying? So I jumped in kind of, in the middle of what you guys were saying, right? But I just want to use this opportunity to tell people to definitely go for that tour in Sierra Leone, because when you're dealing with people, you see someone like Amir doesn't rip people off. That's a very it's a very cheap tour. You're getting from my understanding, you're getting citizenship. That's not easy to come by. If you've been mistreated in places like Ghana or some other countries, places like Kenya, where you wait ridiculous amount of times or pay ridiculous amount of money before you get the citizenship, you really appreciate what my brother is really bringing to the table. I don't even have words to express from my own experience in the diaspora and my experience in Africa. I've been to some of these countries too. I don't have the words to express the great job that you're doing. So whoever is watching this and you're thinking about going to Africa, I'll definitely, you can explore. I want you to explore, critically explore this. I'll drop it there.
Well,
All
I
right, brother.
appreciate
Thank you.
that comment. And Dynast, when it's all said and done, man, you can hear about people, you can hear about a place, but until you actually put boots on the ground, until you actually are there, till you actually smell that air with your lungs, and when till you actually taste the food and see the culture and experience, do you really understand it? I mean, man, as long as I've been knowing you, as long as you've been traveling there, I can only see so much of Africa through your eyes. I can hear it through your conversation, but I'm not gonna, until my feet hit that soil, until I experience that culture, until I experience that sunrise there, until I talk to people or trying to communicate, as far as with people, until I eat that food. I see you eat so much, I don't know how you don't gain weight. Till I experience that, man, I don't really know. I want my experience, and I want other people to get their own experience, and then I'll say that to say this, rather than I've heard a lot of things about some things with Africans relate to Black Americans or and vice versa. I don't believe in that. I believe until you sit up there and really, really shake hands with a man, look him in the eye, and have a conversation, that man, I believe a lot of that disinformation can go away quick. And I believe that the only way that you really know someone, and you know a people, or you know a person, you know a culture, you got to be there. You got to connect, and you got to leave all your little predispositions behind and what you think and spend time talking to that man, and let him meet. Just give him that respect. And I do believe currency is the respect of the respect is the currency of the earth. I really believe that if you're giving proper respect and mannerisms to people, and and taking sincere interest in that, I believe that'll spend anywhere. So on that note, man, hey, I appreciate it. Now, unless you have any questions for me, Mr. One Connect, thank you for coming in and timing in, and and I believe in this man, and I believe in what the project he does, and you want to talk about support? Okay, we got someone here. Let's give it to him.
You're absolutely right. We need talents. We need talent from all over. And America is a place filled with talented Black people. I actually studied in the United States of America. I also studied in Canada. So I have, where my diaspora experience is very broad. I've met a lot of talented young Americans, and I think you guys are like a bridge for us to move to the next to move to the next level. Because if we see many of the things we're missing in Africa right now, we're missing stuff in infrastructural development and human resources. You might think we have a lot of talent, but I still think we need the unique talent that our American brothers and the Black folks here in Canada too, the kind of talent and resources that they're going to bring to the table. So I'll definitely encourage this kind of conversation. And I mean, the way our brother is doing his thing, you see his channel, his platform is quite different from other platforms. He's very focused. He doesn't even really care about followers, right? He doesn't do sensational news. He's not interested in that. He's not interested in sensational news. He's interested in African culture. He doesn't care if you think presenting African culture is voodoo or whatever. Is the originality is there. You get what I'm saying? So once you see a man like this, he's going the right path, and there's never going to be an interruption to that. Everything would definitely go smooth. So we underestimate the work he does, right? I just have to come on here and chip, my own piece too, that we underestimate what this man is doing. He's doing a great job. Okay. So yeah, I'll drop out.
Every bit of praise that he gets. He's worked hard, and no one gave him anything. I can promise he's not a trust fund baby. But you brought up an interesting point, and I want to leave you guys with this. We often we hear about Africa needs this and Africa needs that, and we need the people to bring their talents. That's great. I agree with that. But I think the foundation is we have got to get people to see Africa. I believe once they experience it, they're going to have an ephany like Prince Amir had, like all those spiritual awakening, and then they're going to want to do something. So I think the tip of the spear is to get people to Africa. The best advertisement is word of mouth, and they go back to their community and say, listen, man, or whether they're banking community, whether they're religious community, whether whatever sphere of influence they have. Listen, I experienced something. We need to get over there, but there's great opportunity. I was there. I felt the land. It's wonderful. So I think the first thing, Dynast, is to actually get people over in Africa, not talk about Africa, but getting to Africa. Then once they have that experience, they can come back they can go back to their Canadas, their UKs, their Alabamas, Florida, wherever they're from, and then say, hey, you know what? I'm really looking forward to getting back over there. We could do some great business. And so on that note, I'm finished, my friend. Thank you for having me on your show.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions about the tour, send me an email, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Uhuru. Peace.